Hey, this is Scott with Range Recon. We are here with Len Baxley, the owner of Texas Defense and Shooting Academy. We're about 20 minutes south of downtown Dallas in the beautiful city of Ferris, Texas.
Yeah, just outside of, yeah.
Yeah, just outside of Ferris, Texas. And we're talking a little bit about the range.
Well, been out here for 25 years. I've spent most of my time building the gun range and teaching shooting and trying to do stuff like that. So, let's say 26 acres now. A lot of people call it the tire range, which I can understand because we've got tons of scrap tires that we've used in a bale process to build the gun range. And that process has allowed me to build really unique areas to shoot in, tactical bays, place we call the street, the 3-gun area, the 360 stuff. So it's really been beneficial to the gun range, and it helps us keep the price down. I think we're very price competitive as far as being a range membership. So if the amenities work for you, we have, like I said, we have 11 tactical bays, roughly 25 yards deep, 15, 20 yards across. You can shoot, move, duck, roll, do all sort of stuff in there.
And that's one of my favorite things about coming to these types of ranges is you get it all to yourself. So you don't have the dude shooting the giant gun with the huge break that's blowing out your eardrum right next to you. And you get
that'd be you sometimes, by the way.
But and I've done it. I feel sorry, I warn them. But you get to do whatever you want. You get a certain level of freedom. If you want to shoot full metal jacket ammo, the only thing that you don't allow here is stuff that could set the range on fire.
Tracer or incendiary rounds do not go well with tires. For the record, we actually in the beginning shot some tracer or incendiary rounds into the tire bales just because I wanted to make sure that one small slip up wouldn't start a fire. So we did. I'm sure at some point, if you shot enough of them into the bales, you might catch it on fire. But we get that question a little bit, and I actually tested that out before we started.
So you can come out and, anything you want to shoot. You have a machine gun, you want to come out. Now, you guys do certify or check people out before they shoot machine guns out.
With the freedom, to move and run and draw and reload and transition and use barricades and stuff, we do monitor it. If you're doing something that is egregious, and some simple stuff, not wearing your glasses, that's a definite no for us, But if you're maintaining a safety level, and we get to decide what the safety level is, of course, but we do give you a lot of freedom, and that's what a lot of people like, is they want to come out and they want to have their little area, and we've built the range in a certain way that they do have their area, and they can do a lot of stuff in there that they can't do at other ranges. Other ranges, you're standing static, you're shooting and stuff like that. So, it's just not a lot of fun. And
you've got a ton of props that they can set up different scenarios and, act out.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, definitely a few that they don't have at other places.
And what I just saw is you guys have set up a 22 range with a ton of steel, like dueling trees and the star and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, we have a tactical bay area, and we have 11 tactical bays. They're roughly 25 yards deep, 15 to 20 yards across. Half of them are steel targets. Of those half, 2 of them are 22 only, which is a ton of fun. Yeah. Highly recommend 22 for training, kids and ladies and new shooters. And in yourself, especially if you use 22 conversion kits or get ARs with their dedicated 22s, man, you can get a lot of really good and financially, lucrative training, save
cheap.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, I brought every single one of my kids out here, and this is where I've taught them to shoot for the first time. And it's cool because you take them to a regular range, they might get intimidated by everything else going on. Here, you just walk straight to the bay, set up your little area, and let them shoot.
Yeah.
Now, with the other stuff you have out here, you've got a rifle range.
Yeah, we've got 2 separate rifle ranges. One that goes out to 300. It's actually a 25, 50, 1, 2, and 300-yard rifle range. It's a little unique because it also has a 100-yard zero value wind tunnel attached to it. So you can go in there, you can get a true zero, and then you can step out into the wind and see how the wind is blowing your bullet around. So that's kind of unique. Then we have, all because of tire bales, by the way. And then we have a 400-yard rifle range. It's really a 25, 50, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That both of those ranges you have to be certified by us to shoot on. We don't let day pass shooters shoot on our rifle ranges. We reserve those for range members and their guests. And then we require that the range members go through a certification. Basically, it's a 2-part test, if you will. Answer 3 questions, shoot 3 shots. Ironically, most people fail the 3-question test.
I did.
Yeah, well, and you can be shooting, your whole life and really not understand what goes on when the bullet leaves the barrel. You're shooting at it, then you just keep adjusting your scope. No, there's really some math to it and some, geometry and all sort of stuff. So if you understand that, you're going to be safer and more effective, more accurately, and you're going to do things cheaper. So it's a win-win for everybody.
It's very cool. One of the other cool things is a street. You want to practice your drive-bys?
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, I'm telling you. Yeah, and that's what we call it. We call it the street because we have like 15, 20 cars on it, and it's been featured in a couple YouTube / social media things. The biggest one, of course, is a guy named Len Baxley, who's a great dude, without a doubt. Been shooting out here for almost 4 years, or a little over 4 years, and
does a lot for just the gun industry as a whole.
Oh, he's, I don't personally know of anybody that I know that probably does more for the Second Amendment, getting information out there. Some of his descriptions of some of his guns go over my head because I'm an old guy, and I didn't know how old I was until I started watching him talk and going, what is that? So he's definitely appealing to the younger crowd, but really any crowd that's pro Second Amendment, all about Len. And he's a good shooter, and man, it's just great for us here, great for the sport, great for our country.
Cool. On your expansion, I saw you moved a hell of a lot of tires over to the other side.
Yeah.
So you're setting up a bunch of steel over there, right?
Well, it's going to be a lot of steel, but right now we're working on the outside structures of the bays. We're going to add 16 steel bays, and then in the back we have 2 mirrored bays that are 120 yards by 50 yards wide. We built those for contracting companies, former military guys that want to start their businesses. That's the layout that they wanted, so we built that for them, and we can rent them out still. And then on the last piece, we have about 5 bays that are going to be 50 yards by 30 yards, but they're going to be totally enclosed.
Oh, so that's very cool.
Oh yeah, so you can come in, check one out, go in, lock yourself in to be safe, and then get your shoot on. Awesome. So that's going to be really cool when we get that finally up. We train law enforcement, military, civilians. We actually train school teachers, ISDs. Not just the individual, but the ones that are carrying guns. People are familiar with, the law in Texas, that they can carry guns or have access to guns on campus. So yeah, we work with them. And matter of fact, the ones we work with are pretty good. I'd put them up against most of the police.
Well, a lot of women just know how to shoot, man. Just straight out of the gate, they're better shooters than guys are.
Yeah. Like. Well, what you're talking about is the lack of kind of like ego and things like
bravado.
That. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they take the instruction really well. So.
Cool. So one of the things he does, like you just said, is he does a lot of training here. You've got a course coming up, the defensive vehicle.
Yeah, that one is a direct result in what's happening in the world today right now. All you gotta do is turn on the TV, and see this. So we decided that we're gonna try to help out, and if somebody is concerned about their safety and they think they might get caught up into a riot situation, then we're gonna give them the tools and skills that will hopefully, number one, help them avoid it.
Yeah.
And if they can't avoid it, get away from it. And if they can't get away from it, then defend themselves in it.
In addition to that, I've taken a couple of his classes. You've got pistol classes, carbine classes. You even do, you give them enough money, you'll be jumping out of helicopters, rappelling upside down. And
we have people. We can make that happen.
And saying that he has people, one of the cool things about coming out to the range is the people you meet out here. You have legit operators all the time out here.
Yeah, based on, I guess, the training that we've done and the setup of the range, which gives them a lot of freedom to shoot and move and run and all sort of stuff like that. A lot of the operators have gravitated toward us. The guys that are either home on leave, that are contractors, that are former SF, former SEALs, recon, all things like that. They want to come keep their skills up. One of the things I tell people when they join the range, I said, a lot of gun ranges, you'll see guys wearing their kit or bulletproof vests and things like that running around. At most gun ranges, I said, not all, but most, a lot of times those are weekend warriors, that guys that, were never in, that want to dress up. Chances are if you see somebody dressed like that, here, he is the real deal.
Yeah, he's just practicing.
He's just maintaining his skills before he goes back down range overseas.
And what's cool is I've met a couple guys, young guys at this range that are going in with aspirations of being special forces or some kind of team guys.
Yeah.
That you've kind of helped.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we've got some guys, you see it being done every now and then, like a pre-course, pre-Navy SEAL, pre-whatever. So we've had some young men that have decided that they want to get some skills before they go in, and we actually get them in touch with former Green Berets, former SEALs, on top of doing the training for them, and they help mentor them, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they come back and tell us how they are, and one comes to mind, and man, he's, he comes out, and they all say, no offense to all, everybody wants to aim high, and they should aim high. What do you want to do? Well, I want to do this. What do you really want to do? And they don't want to admit it. Okay, I want to be Delta Force. And every now and then you can pick the top personality they are and the dedication they've already given. You'll make it. If you don't get hurt, you'll make it. And we got one man that I told that to. He is one small step from being Delta.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, he is. And he'll make it too. He'll make it.
I met him.
Yeah, tall guy?
Yeah.
We won't use his name, tall guy? Yeah. Good looking dude too. I hate him. Oh yeah.
So coming out here, it's just an experience. You get to do a lot. You get to learn a lot. You get to meet a lot of cool people. It's close to the Metroplex. Great guys working here. So check out TDSA. You can find them on Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook, Google. Website. Like I said, I'm an old guy, so calling me is the easiest way. I'll texting obviously, but our telephone number is 972-217-1182. The website, TDSA.net, stands for Texas Defensive Shooting Academy.net. And there's an Instagram out there too, and YouTube, but those are the main thing. The Facebook and then the telephone number probably is the easiest way to get a hold of us.
So check them out, get out here, learn some shit, shoot some shit.
Or, that too.
Yeah. All right, well, Len, hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate
it. All right, brother.
it.
Take care, man.
All right, thanks, guys.